I'm Casey, and this is the Kill the Fire 2 Early Access Roadmap. So, the game is out. I hope you've been enjoying it. I certainly have been enjoying reading everyone's reviews and seeing what people have to say about it on Discord. One of the best parts of being a developer, I think. Today, we're going to talk about what's coming next for the game on Early Access. So, in short, there's going to be 3 big updates. The Wild West update, the Cybercore update, and the Spider Hell update, which is going to take the game to 1.0. So we're going to do a deep dive into some specific things that are coming in each one of those updates, but just in general, know that each one is going to have a new spider, or maybe more than one new spider, a potion, a blueprint, new weapons, a quest weapon, which we'll talk about what that means, probably a new spider hunt map, and then all of the usual additional challenges, objectives, achievements, stuff like that. So before we get into the Wild West update, I want to talk about the update that should be dropping today, which we're just calling update number 2. It's got a bunch of, bug fixes, quality of life stuff that you guys have found. The couple of other big new things, though, one of them is a feature I'm calling Save Sync. When you're playing co-op, as a client, it will allow you to continuously copy the save file of the host. So if you and a friend are playing the game together, you can basically keep your 2 save files in sync. This feature will only be enabled if you manually turn it on. But if you do so, just know that it's going to overwrite the save file that you're currently on. So if you don't want that to happen, maybe switch to save file 3 before you join the game. And then you can have your main save file and save file 1 as it was. Okay, so the other big thing that's coming in update number 2 is I've done a bunch of balance changes to Spider Hunt. So if you played it, you probably have seen it's massively in favor of the exterminators. So I've done quite a few things to make it easier on the spiders. So the first one is there are going to be more spider players. If you have a full 8-player game, it's going to be 3 versus 5. Just check the patch notes for all of the exact numbers, but just know that there's going to be more spiders than exterminators in every case. I've also removed the tracker. You just can't get a tracker anymore in Spider Hunt. And I've also removed nameplates from spiders. So even if you see a spider and you see them moving, you won't see their name. So that should make it a lot easier for spiders to get away, and even just to kind of hide in plain sight. Another thing I've done is I have removed the spatialization from the spider idle sounds. So when you hear spiders squeak, you can kind of I hear them a little bit more in my left ear, or I hear them a little more in my right ear. You will still hear that, but only at a distance. As you get closer to the spider, that spatialization is going to go away, which is going to make it a little bit harder to hone in exactly on where the spider is. Now that's only going to happen in Spider Hunt, so the main game is going to remain as it is. So I've done all those things to help the spiders, and then I threw one thing in there to help the exterminators, which is just more weapons are going to spawn, but no trackers. Okay, so now let's get into the Wild West update. So the Wild West is called Rancho Saguaro, and it's in Dimension Iota 8, which you may have seen in the game, kind of as a preview. When you go to Rancho Saguaro, you're going to meet its inhabitants. That's right, some NPCs called the Cactar. They're a race of sentient cacti, and their town has been under attack by the outlaw Spider Gang, and it's up to you to help them defend Rancho Saguaro from the Spider Gang. I'm not going to go exactly into how that's going to work, but it's going to be more than just fighting spiders. You're going to have to help the cacti themselves fight back. So I hope you guys will really like that. It's going to get kind of silly. So where is this going to go in the game? It's going to come in after him, but before you open up the portal to Alpha 1. So kind of placed in the middle of the game. Let's talk about weapons. The revolver is going to come back, or should I say revolvers. There's going to be a new weapon called the Tumbleweed Launcher, and that's going to do pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Well, why would you want to launch tumbleweeds? well, tumbleweeds are known for being very flammable, possibly even explosive. So you'll be able to use that against the spiders. And then a third mystery weapon that I'm not even going to say anything about, except it's going to be kind of in the theme of the Wild West. So the Wild West update is going to also bring the first quest weapon. So there's a room on the Vindicator, the laboratory, that up until this point you haven't been able to get into. That's going to be the hub for weapon quests. So you'll go in there and you'll like see what the requirement is to earn these weapons. The first quest weapon is going to be the laser sword. So coming back from Kill with Fire 1, but with some new tricks, let's just say. Not at all inspired by a certain series of movies. That's pretty much it for the Wild West update, other than there's going to be another Spider Hunt map, which will be a Spider Hunt version of Rancho Saguaro. Okay, let's talk about Cybercore. So in Cybercore, you're going to go into Darwin's mainframe, into like cyberspace, and do some what I'm calling aggressive debugging. So in there you will fight glitch spiders, which are going to have a variety of tricks up their sleeves, and they have a lot of sleeves because they have 8 legs. So where will Cybercore take place? It's going to happen, you're going to get access to it kind of like along the way of doing the other levels. Like you won't be able to get to it as soon as you start the game, but once you earn enough Compound X, you'll just get access to it, and you will need to complete Cybercore before you can open up the portal to Alpha 1. So that's all I'll say about it for now. The big new weapon from Cybercore, or the only one I'm going to tell you about at least, is called the Decompiler, and it allows you to break down matter into its consistent bits and bytes, and then you'll be able to use those bits and bytes in a variety of ways. Maybe to attack, maybe to spawn some new items even, or things other than items. We'll see. There's going to be some other weapons. The quest weapon for this update is going to be called the Butterfly Effect. And I'll just let you speculate on what that is. And then there's going to be a new Spider Hunt map for the Cybercore update. It won't be Cybercore. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I will say if you're a fan of Kill with Fire 1, it's a location you might find familiar. The last update is the Spider Hell update, and that's where Kill with Fire 2 is going to go to version 1.0. So in this update, it's Earth Alpha 1. When you go through the portal at the end of Early Access, instead of seeing the credits, you will end up in Spider Hell. And there you will have to battle your way through Spider Hell and confront the Spider God. So it's going to be fighting very much along the same lines as happens at the end of the Early Access version right now. Expect more of those big spiders, more types of the big spiders, and then of course a big boss fight. There's going to be a bunch of like very lethal weapons that you get in this part. And then the quest weapon is going to be tied to a community event. So if you remember the community event from Kill with Fire 1, then you might have some kind of idea of what's coming. But even better this time. And the Spider Hunt map that's going to come with Spider Hell, it probably won't be Spider Hell, but it will again be something that will be familiar to players of the first game. So after all of that happens, then I'm going to start the console ports. There will probably be bug fixes and quality of life updates after that, and probably in between the updates too. But yeah, so that's what's coming. I hope you guys are excited. I'm definitely very excited, and I can't wait to get it to you. All right, thanks a lot. Bye.